You have two investing buckets, a Roth IRA and a regular taxable brokerage account. And here is the mistake almost every freelancer makes. They buy the exact same funds in both. Same index fund in the Roth, same index fund in the taxable account. It feels logical, it feels safe, but it quietly costs you tens of thousands of dollars over a career. Because the two accounts are taxed in completely opposite ways, and the assets you hold inside each one should be different. This idea has a name. It is called asset location, not asset allocation. Asset location. Today I show you exactly which investments belong in your Roth, which belong in your taxable account, and the simple rule that decides it. Welcome to the Freelancer's Wealth Blueprint. This is where we turn freelance income into long-term wealth. If you are a freelancer building investments on your own, with no employer plan doing it for you, hit that subscribe button. This channel is built for you. Let us get into it. First, let us be clear on how each account is taxed, because that is the whole game. A Roth IRA is a sheltered container. You put in money you have already paid tax on, then it grows completely tax-free. Every dividend, every capital gain, every dollar of interest inside that Roth is never taxed again. You pull it out in retirement and you owe nothing. A taxable brokerage account is an open container. There is no shield. Every year the dividends and interest it throws off get taxed. And when you sell it again, you owe capital gains tax. Two containers, one sealed, one open. Now here is the principle that ties it together. Because the Roth shelters everything inside it from tax forever, you want to fill it with your most heavily taxed assets, the ones that would get hammered in a taxable account. And because the taxable account is exposed, you want to fill it with your most tax-friendly assets, the ones that barely get taxed anyway. You are matching each asset to the container that wastes the least tax. That is the whole idea. Now, let me show you exactly which assets go where. So picture it as two buckets. Put the right asset in the right account. In the sheltered Roth bucket, you place your high-growth and high-tax holdings. In the open taxable bucket, you place the assets that barely get taxed anyway. Same portfolio, just sorted by tax treatment. Get this sorting right, and you keep more of every dollar you earn, with no change to your actual investments. Let us sort them. The tax-inefficient assets, the ones you shelter inside the Roth, start with real estate investment trusts, called REITs. Their dividends are taxed at your full ordinary income rate, not the lower capital gains rate. Taxable bond funds are next. The interest they pay is also taxed at ordinary rates, and high-turnover active funds spit out short-term gains taxed at the highest rates. On the other side, the tax-efficient assets are fine to leave in your open taxable account. Broad stock index funds and ETFs pay modest qualified dividends and almost never sell. Buy and hold stocks trigger no tax until you sell. And municipal bonds are already federally tax-free, so there is no reason to waste precious Roth space on them. Let me show you why this matters with real money. Say you invest $50,000 in the exact same stock fund, growing at 7% a year. In a taxable account, the yearly dividends and the eventual gains get nibbled by tax every single year. That nibble is called tax drag. Over 30 years after that drag, you might end up with around $330,000. Now hold that same $50,000 in your Roth instead. No drag. Nothing taxed along the way. You end up closer to $380,000. That is roughly $50,000 more. Same fund, same return. The only difference was location. And the gap gets wider with the tax-inefficient assets. Picture that $50,000 in a REIT fund instead of a stock fund. The REIT throws off big dividends every year, all taxed at your ordinary rate. In a taxable account, that drag is brutal. In the Roth, it vanishes. That is exactly why the high-tax assets go in the shelter. The more an asset would have been taxed, the more you save by hiding it. Here is the rate gap that drives the whole strategy. In 2026, ordinary income, which includes bond interest and REIT dividends, is taxed at rates as high as 37%. But long-term capital gains and qualified dividends get special low rates: 0%, 15%, or 20%. In fact, for 2026, a single filer pays 0% on long-term gains up to $49,450 of taxable income. So your tax-efficient assets in the taxable account might owe almost nothing. Your tax-inefficient assets, left exposed, would owe a fortune. That gap is the money you capture by placing them correctly. So how do you actually use all of this? The good news is that asset location does not change what you invest in. It only changes where each piece lives. You keep the same overall stock and bond mix you already planned. You take on no extra risk. You simply sort each holding into the account that taxes it the least. It is one of the rare moves in personal finance that adds value for free. So here is the simple build order for a freelancer. Step 1. Pick your overall stock and bond mix first. That is asset allocation, and it does not change. Step 2. Now place those assets. Put your bonds, your REITs, and any high turnover funds inside the Roth first. Step 3. Hold your broad stock index funds and your buy and hold positions in the taxable account, where their low tax treatment is no problem. Same total portfolio, same risk level. Just arrange to bleed the least tax. Couple of warnings before you rearrange anything. First, do not sell appreciated investments in your taxable account just to chase this. Selling triggers capital gains tax today, which can cost more than the location benefit saves. Instead, apply asset location to new money going forward. Second, if your whole portfolio sits in one account, this does not apply yet. Asset location only kicks in once you are spread across both a Roth and a taxable account. And third, watch the bond interest. In a taxable account, even a small bond allocation can generate a surprising amount of ordinary rate tax, which is exactly why bonds are the first thing to move into the shelter. Now let me put a number on how much room you actually have to shelter. For 2026, the Roth IRA contribution limit is $7,500 if you are under 50. If you are 50 or older, you get an extra $1,100 catch-up for a total of $8,600. That is your shelter space for the year. So you want to be deliberate about what fills it. Do not waste it on a tax-free municipal bond. Fill it with the assets that would otherwise get taxed the hardest. Quick recap. Asset location means matching each asset to the account that taxes it the least. Tax-inefficient assets, your REITs, taxable bonds, and high turnover funds go inside the sheltered Roth. Tax-efficient assets, your broad index funds, buy and hold stocks, and municipal bonds stay in the open taxable account. You can pick up tens of thousands of dollars over a career without taking on a single extra ounce of risk. If this helped, hit subscribe. I will see you in the next one. This content is for educational purposes only and does not constitute tax advice. Consult a qualified tax professional for guidance specific to your situation.